So I've been playing a lot of games on this bad boy right here, and a lot of these games have been piling up. Well, this is 3 games, but you get my point of the video. Today we're going to be talking about 3 Switch games that I've been playing that have been just sitting there, and I kind of want to do a video on all 3 of these videos, but they just don't make sense to have videos on. So this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 Nintendo Switch games, how I feel about them, all that good stuff. Let's jump into the first game. So the first one that we are talking about today is probably the most interesting Nintendo Switch port that we've gotten this year, and that is the Plants vs. Zombies Battle for the Neighborhood game. And it's the complete edition, which has, actually I don't know the difference between that from other console versions, but the reason why I believe that this game is interesting is because this is the Frostbite engine on the Nintendo Switch. This is the first time we have seen the Frostbite engine on the Nintendo Switch, which is very interesting. How does the game look? How does it run? That's probably the question, and a lot of people are wondering right now. It's locked at 900p on docked mode, and it's locked at 30 frames most of the time. On handheld, it's 720, 30 FPS. This game, in my opinion, looks pretty good for a Switch port. You can see some noticeable details. It's like having a game with Vaseline, like they put Vaseline on the game, and you can kind of see it. There's a difference, but it still looks good. There's one issue I've had with the frame rate, and that is whenever it shows the victory screen, it goes into like showing the whole map in this victory screen. That really slows down the game. Like, it's like 1 frame per second. That's the only time I see frame rate issues happen. I know this game has single player content, but let's be real, if you're buying this game, you're buying it for the multiplayer. I didn't touch the single player, I bought it for the multiplayer experience. My understanding, I don't know much about the single player, but the multiplayer, it's a fun game. I just hate this is one of the games EA chose to bring to the Nintendo Switch. This game was considered a commercial failure in EA's eyes, and there's no crossplay in this game. Like right now, it's a popular game on the online multiplayer, like you can get into rooms instantly, but eventually this game's going to die down in popularity quick, because it's Plants vs. Zombies, not everyone's going to buy this, and with no crossplay, it's going to get harder and harder to get into rooms. Because I don't think really anyone was asking for, like, people was asking for this game to come onto the Switch, but they were asking when the game came out. This game came out 1.5 years later, finally on Switch. It doesn't make sense that this game's on the Switch now. So keep that in mind when you're buying this game. You probably want to wait for a good deal. This game's going to drop down in $20 pretty quick, so this game's worth for $20. I just hope the multiplayer doesn't die out quick, considering there's no crossplay, and EA's not doing any more updates to this game. It's literally the complete edition, because they thought it was a commercial failure. They consider the numbers not good for this game. So there's no more content coming out. This is the complete edition. That's all it is. But overall, I enjoyed the Switch port of this game. I'm interested to see what this means for EA titles. What other Frostbite engine games could we get on the Switch? And the fact that we have the Frostbite engine on the Switch is amazing, let alone. So yeah, I hope this game sells well enough for EA to continue doing Switch titles. They're not doing a good job picking Switch titles. Like Apex Legends, that was a great title they picked. But they're picking titles of games that have been out for years. So obviously games aren't going to sell well when they pick titles like that are years later that came out, you know. That's just how I see it. Hopefully EA continues with the Switch support. Alright, the other game that we are talking about today is Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. This I'm having a lot of fun with right now. It looks beautiful on Switch. Frame rate, I've not seen any frame rate drops. Apparently some people have talked about that the next gen versions have had some frame rate drops, but this is at a lock 30 that I believe. How much I have played, I feel like it stayed consistent at that 30 frames per second, and I love this game. As somebody that has only played the first 2 Crash games, I didn't play Crash 3, I have played Crash 4, I haven't beat this game. The level design, the level difficulty, I feel like is more difficult than the Insane Trilogy did. This game is so freaking difficult. It's made me realize I've had anger issues. I'm joking. I don't have anger issues. But this game is definitely... It's difficult. It's difficult. And the cool thing about the Switch version is it's $40. When the other versions of the game launched, it launched at $60. It's just one of the things that I wonder, why did this game not come out on launch day with all the other platforms? I think Crash Bandicoot 4's sales could have really been boosted up if this game released with all the other versions of the game. I think the Switch version would definitely sold more too, with it being on the same day as Crash Bandicoot 4 coming out on all the other platforms. It's a weird move from Activision, and like, I don't know, they've done that all the time with their like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro games. We had Crash Nitro Racing came out on the same day as all of those games on the other platforms. But Spyro came out 1 year later, Crash Insane Trilogy came out 1 year later. Luckily, you didn't have to wait 1 year later for this. It was just like, I believe, this came out in October, I think, so 5 months. You had to wait 5 months for this. But overall, great Switch port. Absolutely love the game. I'm assuming... I don't know who did the Switch port. I don't know if it was just Activision, Toys for Bob did this version of the game. I don't know. It's a great Switch port. It's probably going to drop down in price too. This is something I always say with people that are collecting games for the Switch. You don't really want to buy third-party games on launch. Unless it's something you really, really want, you should wait for a sale because these third-party games drop in price very quick. I'm not going to be surprised if you see this game for $20 in a few months because it's just, yeah. But great Switch title. It's $40 already. I think it's worth $40 if you want to get the game. But great game. Absolutely love it. Difficulty's insane. Persona 5 Strikers. Man, I have not had a chance to really play this as much as I would have wanted to. Because, unfortunately, it just came out at a bad time with so many games coming out. But Persona 5 Strikers is a game that I am really enjoying. It's weird that this is actually on the Switch. Like, we always talk about having Persona break free from PlayStation consoles, and this is a good step in the right direction. But Atlus, Sega, what are you guys thinking? This is a sequel to Persona 5. This is obviously not going to sell that very well. I don't know the sales numbers of Persona 5 Strikers. We know it didn't sell well in Japan, and I'm assuming here in America, it didn't sell well. The reason why the Switch version isn't going to sell well is because the original Persona 5 isn't on the Switch. This is a sequel to Persona 5. Dude, Sega and Atlus are idiots when it comes to using the Persona IP. The fact that they're shocked that Persona 4 Golden sold so well on PC should tell you how much of an idiot Sega and Atlus are when it comes to using Persona. But anyways, back to Persona 5 Strikers. The game is awesome. I am a little bit wishing that it was like a normal Persona 5 game with its battle system. It basically is a Persona 5 game. They just took away the Persona 5 or the Persona battle system, and they added the Dynasty Warriors battle system. The cool thing about the battles, they're as quick as they are in Persona 5. They basically just took the Dynasty Warriors battles, made them just as short as a Persona 5 battle would be, and boom, there you go. That's what the battles are. They're just the Dynasty Warriors thing. It's great. I like it. I like what they did with that, but I miss the old Persona 5 battle system. I feel like I would be playing that game more if it had the old battle system. It's a cool idea to have quick Dynasty Warriors battles like that, but I just miss the old Persona 5 battle system. Now, I'm sure the questions are going to be, how does it run on the Switch? Does it look good? It looks good. The frame rate, I have not seen drop yet, which I'm very surprised since Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity recently came out, and that game's frame rate was all over the place. This, so far, I have not seen drop yet, and I've actually mostly been playing this game on the handheld mode, so I haven't played much docked, but this game, I've not seen the frame rate drop, and that's coming from someone that's playing on handheld mode. Now, I can see some graphical issues with the Switch version in terms of, this is going to be weird, but with people's hair. People's hair in this game, I can see the graphics go down definitely a bit. I don't know how the PlayStation version is. I know it's Koei Tecmo that's developing this, and they tried making these games look just exactly like Persona 5 as much as possible. But I've noticed with like Ryuji's hair, you can definitely tell that there was a graphical downgrade big time on that. I don't know if it's like that on PlayStation 4. But if graphically, there's some issues with some of the models, but it graphically looks fine. It's just some of the models' hair is kind of not graphically great. That's all I think on that. This game's probably not going to drop in price that much. It's very new. I know I was just talking about Crash 4 and Plants vs. Zombies. This game, I think, is actually going to end up being a rare Switch title, and it's probably going to be a rare PlayStation title. To be honest with you, I probably would have picked up the PlayStation 4 version instead of the Switch version. The only reason why I bought the Switch version is I'm trying to get Persona on other platforms. And the only way to get Persona on other platforms is if we buy Persona on other platforms, not just PlayStation, which is considered the home of that game. Hopefully, Atlas will actually put their games on Switch in terms of Persona and other platforms. I mean, there is that rumor that Persona is coming to Xbox Game Pass, which that's going to be interesting if it's Persona 5 Strikers or an actual mainline Persona game. My prediction is we are going to see Persona 4 Golden come to the Switch at some point this year and other platforms. I don't know when, but I feel like it's going to happen. We also got that Shin Megami Tensei 3 coming to the Switch and 5 exclusively coming to the Switch and PC, I believe. So that's interesting. So guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. Did you like this idea of me just picking some Switch titles I've been playing and do like quick reviews on? I'm not going to do this all the time, but I think if have the time and like I see some Switch games that I've not done a video on and it's not something that makes sense to have an individual video on, I might do something like this. Do you guys like it? Should I do more games instead of just 3? I don't know. Let me know all the good stuff. All the stuff. I want to know what you think about this. I'll probably do a video like this again in a few months to see. Try it again. Hopefully this is a successful video. I don't know. But I've been talking for way too much. I want to know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. Did you pick up any of these games? And if you did, what is your thoughts on them? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, follow me on Twitter, and check out my Discord server. We're getting, I say it, but we're literally 3 members away from 100, so if you haven't joined yet, please join. Please, please. Alright guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.